Welcome back, everyone, to another riveting episode of The Gathering of Bros. I'm your host, Escobar, joined by my co-host, cohorts, brothers for life. Leo Veritas, say hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Oh, I like that. I like that one. It's a good one. That's good. And the one and only Bulbasaur.
Hello.
Hey, Eeyore.
All right, Eeyore. Welcome.
Yay, man. You can't make that joke.
It's because of my poo.
Yeah, because of your poo. Yeah.
Because of your poo, yes.
Because you're melting poo.
I think my poo is getting better.
Your poo's getting better? That's good. That's good to know.
We are three friends who love video games, nerd culture, and poking fun at each other, and we want you guys to be a part of it. That is why we started the Gathering of Bros. Welcome, everyone, again, to this wonderful episode. It's been a while since the bees have been together. We've been on hiatus a little bit while our lives settle down. How's the baby, Leo? How's the baby?
Baby's good. I'll give a brief summary of why I haven't been able to record. By this point, you guys will have listened to the BTM X G.O.B. episode. And
it was a dope episode.
It was dope. Shout out to our boys AV and Peon. That was awesome. And
thanks again, guys.
Thank you guys for coming on. But basically, I believe that was the Tuesday. And then Thursday, I was driving home. I was on the phone with my wife. We were talking about dinner. I noticed I was on the freeway. I noticed that there was a car coming pretty quickly towards me. And I was gearing up to be hit at 70, 75 miles an hour because that's what this truck looked like it was going. He swerved out of the lane at the last second, and as I was looking at him, I heard tires. I heard that was good. I heard tires screeching, and I got rear-ended on the freeway, which ended up being a total loss. My car was totaled. I'm okay. The extent.
Did you die?
Yes. The extent of my injuries was whiplash, and I'm still kind of having a little bit of back pain and neck pain, which I'm going to the chiropractor for. But with that happening, we had to.
I'm suffering from back pain too, like on Overwatch. Be fucking
carrying your team.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. I figured that was coming. Long story short, that was the very long story short. We were worried about getting a car. We ended up getting a car because the dealership hooked us up, and the dude was really cool. And also the new baby, we're trying to get him into a good schedule, and just with your guys' schedules not lining up with mine, we just had to take a hiatus. So glad to be back.
And we're glad to have you back. We're hopefully going to resume our normal schedule at this point. I know there was at least a couple weeks where we went like extra long before we posted an episode, but we tried to space it out just enough that you guys weren't itching super bad. At the time of this recording, we're literally about to post the last episode, which featured our guests. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I hope you guys enjoy that episode. But yeah. This is G.O.B. this week. We're talking about some great stuff because we're catching up. Let's jump right in, guys. So, real quick, still haven't touched Kingdom Hearts, but I'm going to. I fully intend to.
You are pathetic.
Just gotta. I know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make some time. Don't worry. I feel bad because I was craving some Uncharted and did a full playthrough of every single Uncharted game, and I hadn't.
Pathetic.
I hadn't played the last one that came out, which was it was Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which was like it was fully intended to be a DLC for Uncharted 4, but then it was so big that they just made it its own game. And I've had it for a long time, and I never got to play it. I don't know. I just was unmotivated. Similarly to how I am with Kingdom Hearts right now, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a full playthrough. So I went through the first Uncharted all the way to Lost Legacy, and then I was like, I should probably touch Kingdom Hearts at some point. So don't worry, it's coming, guys.
That's what you keep saying. I don't believe you,
Murph. I know you're craving it. You said so in our show. Leo, did you hear that? What Murph said about that?
I did, and shout out to our boy Murph. I'm still here, buddy. Still here.
Yeah. We really thought for a second he was going to replace you, but I mean, it wasn't meant to be. Oh well. Yeah, let's move into our normal topics now that I've given you that super lame update. Sorry, Boba.
Okay, so speaking of our normal updates, I just needed to ask, because this is our first topic here. I watched a Game Explain video about this, and it just made me more confused. Shout out to Slacker because he felt the same way as I did. Can you explain this? What is the difference between this announcement and the original?
Oh, you mean for Overwatch 2?
There you go. Yeah, I wanted you to say it.
Yeah. Here we go. So check this out. There's a new Overwatch game that will be coming out most likely at the holiday end of 2020.
Oh gosh, actually, real quick, it's kind of cold all over the U.S. right now. Do you have anything that could help me with that?
Oh well, I actually might have a solution for you. If you go to gatheringofbrosapparel.com, you might be able to find some amazing clothing articles that could keep you warm during these winter months. They might make some great Christmas gifts, and you might be able to leave the house in absolute style, or snuggle up in a blanket of Esquivel suffering, and all those warm holiday cuddles with your loved ones.
That sounds phenomenal. Hey, what was that website again?
It was Gathering of Bros Apparel, spelled exactly how I just said it, .com.
So
excellent. HOWIJUSTSAIDIT.com. It took me a second. I got it though. No,
you bastard. Gatheringofbrosapparel.com. Okay, check it out. It's an amazing store. We put it together for you guys because there was a need for speed and for apparel. So
I think in our other episode we had mentioned that we had started a merch store, and it just didn't flow as well, and it was better to just kind of make it so that it was this way with the particular brands and URL as well. So Gathering of Bros Apparel.
It's awesome. Well, we also would appreciate your feedback. Let me know. I have links to the Discord, to our Twitter, and to all the videos on YouTube for both Gathering of Guests and Gathering of Bros. It's pretty awesome. Let me know what you guys think. Take a look, and maybe pick up one of our signature acronym hats, or our acronym 2 shirt designed by Leo Veritas. It's awesome. Check it out, guys. But back to Overwatch 2. So there's a new game coming out, most likely by the end of 2020 for the holiday. And if you've seen any of the gameplay, you'll notice a distinct difference between the gameplay of Overwatch and Overwatch 2. Basically, it's a campaign mode. It's a PvE. You go through all the maps that are currently in the Overwatch game, plus additional maps that will be launching where you have a story that you accomplish on the map. I would assume they're going to actually expand the maps so that way you can play through key elements, which is a big reason why I think some of the maps are as big as they are. They're actually bigger than where you're actually playing. For example, the Paris map. If you look at the Paris map, there's a huge area on the map that was developed and fleshed out, but you can't actually go there. So yeah, it makes sense. So you're buying the game. You'll be able to play the campaign mode, but you'll also be able to play traditional Overwatch play,
which is online against
people who are also playing in the regular Overwatch game. The difference is that you can actually, from what I understand, you can toggle the new look versus the old look for Overwatch while you're playing in the multiplayer, which is pretty fucking cool. Because you might have noticed there's an update in graphics. They've kind of changed the look of everybody, but you can toggle if you prefer the old one. So
new maps. No new characters at least announced yet.
All your purchases and all your skins and everything that you have from the first game will be carried over. So so you won't have to buy all that crap again. I know a lot of people, like my buddy Rev, sunk a lot of money into his purchases. Any other questions?
So all that new look, if you choose to, campaign mode,
PvE,
and how did they say how much the price point is going to be?
It's probably going to be full price, dude, because you're literally paying for a brand new game.
You're paying for
the same features of the first game plus a brand new game. So, I mean, if anything, it might be even a little more expensive. I'm gonna take a step back and say probably the same, like normal price, $60, whatever your typical game price is. That's what it will probably be.
I guess this is Leo's hot take then, because I'm not purchasing that. I have Overwatch.
You're not invested in the story enough to want to get that campaign mode. Maybe eventually you will. I would recommend maybe watching the animated shorts. There's a bunch of them, and they're actually really good and entertaining, and they kind of like fill in the gaps of the lore of Overwatch. So I don't know if you've been able to pick anything up, but basically that intro video when you watch in Overwatch, when you load up the game, it's called Recall. It's where Winston hits the button and calls Overwatch back. You know, everybody who's been like a what do you call it? A sleep operative. You know, like it's Overwatch has been decommissioned and everyone is kind of like laying low and living their lives. Well, Overwatch is recalled, and the events of this new game are going to take place like almost immediately after what happens. Everybody meets up and like they're like waiting for the team to get back together. They're going on a mission, and they're like, there's only like 3 of them, and then all of a sudden everybody starts showing up. Like the freaking animated short is pretty badass that they launched at BlizzCon. So I would recommend watching that too, because it's oh god, it's a ball tingler, guys. Oh man, that's so good. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. If you guys are interested and you have more questions, please hit me up in the Discord. I'll be happy to explain it or point you to a YouTube video that will explain it better than I can, because that's where I get my information from. So yeah, Overwatch 2. Let's move on, because we have so much news to talk about. Star Wars Episode 9 trailer came out since the last time we talked. I was wondering, did you guys get a chance to watch it?
Didn't even know it came out.
I tried. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to avoid it just because I kind of wanted, I didn't want to get any like spoilery type stuff to happen.
Oh, dude, there was none at all.
But yeah, there was none. I in searching for a car before we went back to our dealership, I was like sitting. It was like 6 p.m. and it was like the Monday Night Football game. It
was Monday Night Football.
Yeah, and then they showed the trailer, so I ended up seeing it like inadvertently. Like I had no idea it was going to be on. I just sat down and saw it. So I guess we're doing this. I was like, oh, all right, well, guess I'm watching this. So
did you scream no?
No.
What were your thoughts?
It looks dope, man. I don't, off the top of my head, and because again, it's been a while since we've talked about this, I don't know if there's anything from the trailer that, like, from our prediction or your prediction episode that we were talking about it. I don't know if there's anything that lined up.
Dude, there wasn't. They literally revealed nothing. I have absolutely no idea what this movie is going to be about. I just know that Leia's going to be in it. Palpatine is like, is he going to be in the movie? Is he going to be a hologram? Is it going to be a Force ghost?
Yeah, you're right.
We don't fucking know. We have absolutely no idea. This is why I love the trailer, because it oh god, the score was so good. Just like building it up, like this is the end of the Skywalker saga, and then at the very end you hear Leia and Luke say, "The Force will be with you all," and then like Leia says, "Always," and you're just like, oh god, Leia, and it's just,
my goodness,
it's so good. Dude. Look, man, if you're a Star Wars fan and you don't have an emotional reaction, like a serious emotional reaction to Carrie Fisher saying anything in the trailer, then you are a heartless fool. Like, I'm telling you, it's heartbreaking.
I pity the fool.
Oh,
it's heartbreaking for so many of us that she passed away. It's untimely. It sucks in the middle of filming the movies and everything, but just like we loved her, she was our princess. So not gonna lie, I thought about it. Anyways, I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna go into this movie with nothing spoiled. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some major spoilers that were leaked. I don't know what the hell they were. I've completely avoided it. I heard there was some crazy shit that was leaked, and I've been avoiding it like the plague. Like, the word leak does not go into the Google search bar at all in this house. So, yeah, I'm super stoked to go in and just experience the final movie in this saga to full effect. So Boba, I would recommend you see it. But until then, we'll move on.
Speaking of another Star Wars thing,
dudes, The Mandalorian.
My dad watched it this morning.
He did? Oh, yeah. Dude, I was like, okay, so I tend to fall asleep while I watch anime at nighttime. And I passed out, and which sucks because then you're like, shit, how many episodes did I freaking sleep through? And you gotta go back like 3-4 episodes. You're like, damn it, this many, son of a bitch! Like, it's happened so many times while I was watching Bleach. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had to go back. Anyways,
not gonna lie, I've done that too.
Oh, it sucks. So, anyways, I woke up and it was like 1 a.m. yesterday, right? Or last night, this morning? I don't know, whatever the fuck it is. And I freaking was, positioning myself in bed because I fell asleep in my chair, and then I was like shutting off my PlayStation, and then I saw an ad for shows on PlayStation. I'm sorry, Disney Plus, and I was like, the fuck? So then I went into the App Store on my PS4, and it was there. It was the first fucking item in the top. So I downloaded it, and I was like, oh, this is weird. So then I went on my phone. And because I was waiting until the launch so I could get the bundle, which is ESPN, Hulu, and Disney. And apparently they have this thing where I already subscribed to Hulu, so they adjust your price that you pay.
Oh, how do I do that? I need to do that. I'll go on to Hulu settings.
Go on. Well, did you already sign up?
No.
You haven't signed up for Disney Plus?
No.
Just so sign up with the same exact email that you have for Hulu.
Okay.
And it should automatically adjust it.
Cool.
And like right now, I'm literally paying. I was paying $12 a month for just Hulu, with no ads. Now I pay $12, and I get ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus, and I'm pretty sure my services are all the same.
Oh, that's freaking dope.
That's a deal, bro. It's
that's
fucking
crazy.
deal. Now let's be real. It's gonna go up.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time, but it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
But I downloaded.
I
subscribed, right? And then I freaking signed in, and that shit came up, and I was like, "Oh!" Downloaded on my phone, and it says Mandalorian, right? And I'm thinking like, "Oh, it's not going to be available until like 8 p.m." Right? Everyone was saying like 8 p.m. on Tuesday, and I clicked the Mandalorian, and it says watch episode 1 now, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But I was like, I can't watch this right now. I'm too tired. I gotta go to sleep. Like, I was so upset that I couldn't be responsible in that moment and just binge that first episode. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna get up a little on the early side. Make sure I get to work early so I can watch the first episode. I like to watch my shows. We've talked about it. I was gonna watch the first episode before I started working. I watch my anime shows. So I was going to watch the first episode before I started work, right? Totally fine. So I wake up in the morning with a rock hard boner, like, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm so excited. So then that was for you, Murph. That was for you. So, and not the boner. So I'm in the shower and I'm like whistling like, oh, I'm going to watch this shit at work. So I get to work. And then I'm like sitting down and I'm loading this shit up. And dude, Disney Plus crashed hard, bro. It crashed so hard. I couldn't do anything. At all. So, and then it logged me out and I couldn't log back in. It was saying some shit about how, like, only specific countries are able to use Disney Plus right now. And like, it didn't know where the fuck I was, and I'm in Oakland, California at work, and it wouldn't let me on. So I was pissed because, I really was looking forward to that. And I was trying to avoid, I was on media blackout for no spoilers And like, I watch podcasts all day, or listen to rather podcasts all day, and they talk about this shit. So I didn't want to. I was like media blackout, bored out of my mind for hours. So then I went on my lunch break at 12, and I was like, please work, please work. It took me like 10 minutes to get that shit up, and I finally did. And then I watched it, and my dude. Bulba, did you watch it?
Wasn't impressed.
You watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that means Leo, you watched it too, right?
No, I haven't watched it yet because I don't have.
You
Disney
haven't watched
Plus.
it yet?
No,
dude, I was pretty stoked. I mean, given it's the first episode, the main goal is, did it hook you? Are you interested enough to continue watching?
I personally, no.
Not at all?
I mean,
Dude.
I'm going to watch it, but no, that episode was not a pilot episode. That was like a second or third episode. The ending was a little confusing.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Without giving spoilers, why was it confusing?
Who was in the basket?
That's the hook, bro. It leaves you on a cliffhanger.
The whole thing, in my opinion, was
you
boring.
know,
the only people that would hook
on,
immediately are people that are like super into Star Wars, not somebody who's just kind of mediocre into it.
Look. Are you just confused on when this takes place?
No, it takes place after the Empire Falls. They specifically said that.
Yeah, within like 6 years after the Empire Falls.
Right.
So it's like pretty fresh. That doesn't help at all?
No.
Wow. Okay. All right.
What I'm saying is, from my standpoint, I'm not a super Star Wars nerd.
I don't know, dude. Like, I've talked to a lot of people who are really, I mean, like, emphasis on really casual Star Wars fans. Like, they watch the movies and that's it. And they watched it and they were like, this looks dope.
I mean, it was good, but in my opinion, that was a pretty piss poor pilot episode.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Of course I have.
How did you feel after the first episode?
Bored.
Similarly?
Yeah, bored. The only reason I kept watching it was because it was dragons and all that kind of medieval kind of
so then maybe... What?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's one of the... I mean, given...
What about Walking Dead?
I kind of felt very similar. Yes, and Walking Dead.
No, wait. Bubba, what about Walking Dead? Did it grip you the first episode?
Not really.
Okay,
I watched it, but
so what we're gathering here is, in this gathering of bros, what we're gathering here is that typically, Bulba, you'll watch it because it's could be a good show, or it's going to be something that you might be interested in because of a certain subject, but most of these shows don't grab you in the first episode.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So then this first episode was very slow. Typically, when I watch something and it's the pilot episode of the whole thing, I want it to be somewhat exciting 2/3 of the show.
Okay.
Not explaining everything
I don't know, dude.
kind of right away.
This was most definitely like 2/3 of the show is pretty exciting.
No.
Well, I obviously don't have a take, but I could tell you that my dad walked up from he got off his work truck and he came over and he was just like, "Watch The Mandalorian this morning." I was like, "Oh yeah?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it's good." That's literally it. That's literally it. So, and you guys know my dad. He's pretty into nerd culture-y type things here and there. But the extent,
Senior, all right.
The extent of his Star Wars knowledge and things is movies. I'm sure he's watched YouTube videos of theories and stuff, but that's pretty much it for him. It's not like he got into it like Esk. So I can say, from what I saw of just little bits and pieces, like I saw a clip on Twitter of a bar scene or whatever. That scene looked cool. Like, dude, for me, I like being able to kind of put myself into the world, so to speak, which is why I like Titans, which is on the DC streaming service. I know we're talking about Disney Plus, but briefly, real quick, they announced that Titans is going to have a season 3 on DC. If you guys want to watch, please remind me. See, I thought they were, but they're not. Apparently, not yet. Season 3 is going to be out on fall.
Maybe that means they're going to bring back Swamp Thing.
No, I don't think they're bringing back Swamp Thing. Either way, real quick, if you guys, Esk and Boba, ask me for the login info. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Because honestly, I really don't know what to make of it at times, and I really want some other like input, and maybe we could bring this to talk about it at the show like next week or something. Because I as it is now in season 2, they're kind of building up to something, which I'm excited for, but like there's points where I just want it to be more actiony, and it's not. You know, like even Arrow and Flash kind of have a good like little action section every week.
See, that right there is exactly what I'm talking about with the very first episode of Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was talking about it, because it reminded me.
Give it a couple episodes, and we'll reconvene. There's another episode on Friday.
My whole thing was it's the pilot. It's supposed to draw in everybody, not just a certain group of people.
I think you're just an outlier, bro, to be honest. If I'm being honest, like there's you and then all the people that are like, fuck Star Wars, fuck Kathleen Kennedy, they ruined my life. Oh, like, you know, those
are
people.
You grouping me in with the people that say fuck Star Wars?
They call them the fandom menace. No. There's that group of people that didn't like
and strangle you to
No. I'm not saying you're one of them. I'm saying there's that group of people, the fandom menace, I hate them so much.
That's good.
The fandom menace.
That's pretty clever.
Right? Yeah, that's good shit. There's them that didn't like this first episode, and then like, all the way over here on the side is you. That's pretty much it.
All right. Well, we'll reconvene about this later as we continue through the many topics we go through. What was the
Homer Simpson over here and strangle me? Speaking of Homer, also on Disney Plus. There's a lot of cool things on Disney Plus. I'm pretty excited to check out some cool things.
Gargoyles.
Top 5.
Gargoyles.
Top 5. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to give you Esk's top 5 shows to watch.
Spider-Man.
Or not shows, but things to watch on Disney Plus. Okay. Number 1 on the list, I think.
Wait, you mean number 5 or number 1? Like 5, we're counting.
Well, he already spoiled number 1, so we're going to go from 1 down to 5.
Okay.
Like number 1, you absolutely have to check this out. Like, you have to check this out. One of the best shows that was ever produced by Disney, Gargoyles. Disney's Gargoyles. It's fucking fantastic.
I don't know if it's one of the best that was ever produced by Disney, but
the story is captivating. It's dark.
Mighty Ducks, Darkwing Duck.
The music is just fucking amazing. I highly recommend you guys check it out. I'm gonna be binging it. It's trending on Twitter right now. Everybody's super happy about it. Number 2, just because I guess I have a lightweight man crush on this guy. The World According to Jeff Goldblum. There's something about him ever since I saw him in, Jurassic Park. He's just a cool dude, So everyone is saying that it's hilarious. The way his cadence, the way he talks is just absolutely hysterical. So I'm excited for this show. Again, the World According
countdown or count up is going here. We're not off to a great start. Go ahead, keep 10.
The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Kind of Mandalorian makes the list, but it's kind of off to the side. It's like a no shit Sherlock type thing.
Okay, it's your honorable mention. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Moving on, you might see a theme going here on out, but you'll have to forgive me. It's just they're all really great shows. Darkwing Duck. If you haven't seen Darkwing Duck, you are missing out. Darkwing Duck. It's great. It's fantastic.
That all the jingle you know? Because that's where you saw.
Now, this next one, you guys might remember this. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to throw it out there. Disney's Mighty Ducks, the animated series.
I do remember that.
I don't think he was listening to anything else.
They were actually ducks. They played hockey. It was awesome. There was like one season of it, just the whole look, and they're like superheroes, and it's it's pretty dope. I'm pretty.
It's official. This fat guy doesn't listen.
What did you say?
Those are both things that I had said.
He literally called it out before, like as you were about to do your list. That was literally the shows that he said. Literally.
Did he really?
Yeah, straight up. He straight up predicted the future, like my boomerang in Smash Bros.
I didn't even hear it. So the next one, moving on.
I swear to God, if you say the OG Spider-Man, I'm gonna strangle you again.
It's true. Okay, I was gonna say that's the first one you said.
The original DuckTales. Oh.
Okay, I didn't say that one.
Hey, low key, actually, probably high key. That's probably the best theme song ever. It's so catchy, gets in your head.
DuckTales. Ooh. I love it.
Yeah.
Pretty great. So that's fantastic. Where are we at? That's 4. Number 5. Now this is a bit. I don't know. You guys might not agree, but it's one of my favorite things to come from Disney and the Muppets. Muppet Treasure Island.
I thought you were about to say Muppet Babies.
I did too.
I'm not gonna lie.
Muppet Treasure Island, and the reason is one because I've seen it a billion times, and it's I could attest to it. It's fantastic.
Test, huh?
What's interesting is it's like based on the book Treasure Island. But it takes its liberties, in the same way that, most Muppet movies do, like when they did The Christmas Carol. Their song, it's a really fun movie. If you like the Muppets, but you haven't seen Muppet Treasure Island, I would say definitely give it a visit. It also has Tim Curry is in it. He plays Long John Silver. It's fucking awesome. So, yeah, there we go. Ask Top Picks. There we go.
Top 5. It was
top 5. We haven't finalized it, but okay, we'll go for that. It's top 5. All right, there we go.
Boy, we sure are going through these topics pretty quick. You know who else is quick? Sonic the Hedgehog. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog,
what a segue. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, the new trailer came out, guys. I saw it earlier today. I honestly didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. I hadn't seen any image of what he was going to look like. I kept hearing things from the interwebs that he looked much more like traditional Sonic. I heard that there was some sort of additional scenes that it looked like Jim Carrey might have filmed, something like that. So I wasn't sure. Watched it. Gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys think?
Go for it, Bobo. You go first.
It looks phenomenal. Down to the shoes, his face, his expressions. The only thing that's missing for me is the chili cheese dog.
True.
Or the chili dog.
And also the only thing that technically isn't the same as a traditional Sonic is his arms are hairy and blue, and Sonic's arms usually are the whatever tan colored arms with no hair. But other than that, and that's not me nitpicking. That's just saying that that's what's different from the traditional Sonic. But I absolutely agree with Will. But I'm excited. I was talking to my wife Chrissy on the way home from
We
work
get
today.
it. You're married.
And, I'm just going to continuously do this through every show. So, get used to it. I was talking to her on the way home today, and she was like, "Oh yeah, he looks so much better." And I was like, I was going to make you go see this with me regardless, but now I'm happy to make you go see this with me. So, he definitely looks so much better. And then Esk, you were mentioning something about the, off recording, you were mentioning something about the, music that you noticed in the
dude,
trailer?
the music was so good. Dude, what the hell were they doing in the last one? Gangster's Paradise? What the fuck does Gangster's Paradise have to do with Sonic? What the fuck does that have to do with Sonic? I don't understand.
I don't, bro. I'm so confused. There's so many people that are like, "Oh, it was a conspiracy all along. They just did that so they could get more hype up for the Sonic." And I lightweight believe it.
Dude,
like
I fucking believe that. I 100% believe that.
Like what? Like it didn't. It looked so off. Like when you compare it now, it looked so awful. Like who thought that was a good idea? And then who did that trailer? Because somebody needs to get fired. Somebody might be fired already.
In that first trailer was Jim Carrey, and
yeah,
of course he's perfect for
and
Dr. Robotnik.
Ben Schwartz,
he's unhinged.
Incredible.
And Ben
He's
Schwartz is going to be a
absolutely
great Sonic too.
Dude, Ben Schwartz is the voice of Sonic.
Yeah, he's going to be a great
It's
Sonic.
fucking John Ralphio. I love it. Oh.
Oh man. But yeah, that's our excitement for Sonic.
There's so much good shit coming out. Like,
Happy
I get it.
Valentine's Day.
I'm
Great
so
to be
happy.
talking.
I'm so happy right now. Okay, let's move on. So basically, we're all pretty happy with this. Just in case you didn't get that, they fixed Sonic. Thank God. I'm gonna move on to something from Leo regarding Power Rangers. Go.
Sorry, Esk. Still no Ninja Storm. No news yet.
Are we getting paid yet since you're talking about
Nope,
it?
we're still not getting paid. I just like Power Rangers.
Damn it, guys! Come on.
Since our last recording, the Quantum Ranger from Time Force came out. He is really cool. He is voiced by his original voice actor / actor. I believe his name is Dan Southworth. He also does a voice in the Devil May Cry series. I believe. God, I want to say it's Virgil. Don't crucify me if I'm wrong. But I guess there's a whole play on, and I don't play those games. Not my style. But I guess there's a whole like voice line where it like pays homage to Devil May Cry and his like voice acting in that. So the fans were really happy with it, and he's a really cool character. He's kind of hard to use, a little bit more technical, but fun. So I'm just waiting for the White Ranger skin to come out and to see what they're gonna do after this next character comes out too. So that'll be soon. I briefly wanted to mention that's all for Power Rangers. I briefly wanted to mention. I know you got both of you guys haven't gotten it. I bought Luigi's Mansion 3. I didn't have much time to play it because of all the life things that have been happening. I plan on playing it after Pokemon because I'm a bigger Pokemon fan than I am a Luigi fan.
Hold on. You have a life?
Yes, I do.
I wish I had one of those. Can I have one?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Try not to miss places with this time, man.
Yeah, don't lose this one. Anyway,
It's hard to lose something when you don't have it.
That explains so much.
the short and long of it is, and I still don't understand that saying because I'm still explaining something.
Neither do I.
But it's fun. In the brief time I've had with it, it's fun. The graphics look great. The cutscenes flow very well into the gameplay. It's just a lot of love and care has been put into this game. So I would honestly recommend picking it up. Maybe on Black Friday for those of you looking for sales and deals. But I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was worth mentioning because it's fun in what I experienced.
I'll pick it up if you get it for me.
No thanks.
You wanna buy it for me?
Nope. Gamefly it. Smash Bros. We're flying through the topics.
Wait, hold on. Smash Bros is still a thing?
Smash Bros is still a thing, unlike that joke that you use every time someone posts in the Smash and Bees.
Nobody plays that
I
anymore.
will have you know that I have actually been playing.
What?
Have you been playing
Yeah.
since?
I went over to our buddy Matt's house the other day. He's probably not listening, but shout out to you, Matt. And we were playing for a really long time. In fact, you were online, Leo, playing, and I attempted to try and get a hold of you. I don't know why I could not. I could not get a hold of you on the game. I was trying so hard.
So hold on.
I think where he lives,
Try to get a hold of me.
Well, you weren't online.
It don't matter.
I got a notification that he went online. Basically, I think the long short of it is, he has I have bad service where he is, and I was unable to link up to his Wi-Fi because he didn't know what the code was, because he's just moved into this house and had no service. So I was unable to send anybody messages. Freaking Pinole, California for you. Yeah, super spotty. But yeah, I was playing the other day. I didn't get to play as Banjo. I was actually running Cloud, and I was playing around on some other characters, and I gotta say, I was playing a little Samus, and I think I really like Samus.
Do you now?
Is it because you were winning against Matt?
No, it's
okay.
It's so. Did I tell you I played as Samus in Quick Play some time ago?
No.
So
we don't talk
it's
anymore.
the first time I've ever seen.
we don't talk about things specifically so we could talk about them on the podcast. That's literally what happens now.
I was in Quick Play, and it was the first time I ever encountered a Samus that played like the kit, like the right way, and I kind of opened my eyes, so I just like randomly picked Samus. I'm gonna give this a try. So then I started playing with the kit. I gotta say that the whittled down strategy is actually like it's really good. Like she feels good. Her recovery's not total shit. I don't know. It's just I think if I put some time in, I think she could be a secondary for me.
You want to talk about you want to talk about a campy character that
what? Sometimes you got to be campy with campy.
Samus is the ultra campy, but anyway, it's good for you. I'm glad you were able to find another character. Literally, in my quote unquote week, because it's probably been a month since we've recorded, right? Something like that.
It's been a while. Yeah.
In my week with Smash, I've played randoms with Silver, and I think Murph played also, but I mean I've had a couple of characters that I liked the feel of, like Shulk. There's a minute there that I kind of liked Shulk, and then I realized that I didn't like him that much, and then I tried to pick up Pit again, and I didn't like. Ultimately, I am still struggling to find number 2 behind Toon Link, because I have Hero, and that's probably my most, I don't know, deadly besides Toon Link, but it just, I don't know, he's too slow for how I play. I don't know. Still struggling. Boba, have you played at all in this past month that we've been off?
No.
Okay.
Not at all?
No, not at all.
Yeah, your life has been busy too. But anyway, Terry Bogard released in Smash. He is from the series Fatal Fury and King of Fighters and a few other games on the Neo Geo and beyond. It was this past... was it last week now, I believe? On Tuesday, Thursday? One of those days. They had a 45-minute video. 45 minutes where I was like, there's no way that it's just Terry. They're going to talk about the other character. There's going to be a new mode that, even though Sakurai had said that he's not going to release any more new modes, I'm like, it's 45 minutes. What the heck is he going to talk about? Nope, he legitimately gave us a history lesson of why this character is in Smash. Legitimately.
And then didn't he play through a full quick play?
He legitimately played through the entire classic mode with Terry.
Did he really?
He did, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would watch anything that Sakurai does because he's hilarious. But he's very entertaining. But so yeah, 45-minute video. Terry Bogard is a very interesting character. He is very similar to Ryu and Ken. He has that mechanic where when you jump over somebody, you go behind them, you automatically turn around. So you're facing your opponent the whole time. He has a mechanic where once you hit 100%, you get this like go icon that comes up, and you can do basically the super powered Hadouken input where it's like quarter circle A or quarter circle B, and then it does this like power geyser, and then he has like Buster Wolf or something like that. So he's a complex character that can put in some pretty good combos, and he's pretty powerful and quick. I think where he struggles is off stage. His recovery is not the greatest, but even then, his side moves kind of allow him to recover if you're just throwing him diagonally and he's up. You kind of have to be good at offstage play to kind of gimp him and stuff. But I won't lie, I have been just opening up arenas. I as of late, haven't put the Discord link in. I've just been wanting to play against randoms and not promote them into the Discord because I don't want to hear people talking a bunch of crap. Bunch of crap. So I've had a lot of experience as of late against Terry with Toon Link. It feels very similar to playing Ganon, where if I get hit once, I will get put into a 30 to 40% combo. And so, because I'm tiny, I will die pretty quickly if I'm not careful with my spacing. Which has happened on nights where I'm tired, but I still want to play because I want to keep my skills up, because I am going to Genesis, and I want to at least not get 0-2'd while I'm at Genesis. So I've been trying to keep my skills up. No, they definitely are not going to pay any bills. But yeah,
not skilled enough.
He doesn't seem like a very good matchup. I mean, I guess this is my problem with everybody, to be honest. But if you counter my projectiles, I'm kind of helpless. Like if you're sitting there going, all right, he's getting impatient, he's going to come in, and which is what happens, especially when I'm tired. I'm very counterable. So, yeah. Terry also came with 50 music tracks. Sakurai said that he submitted 50 tracks to them, thinking that they'd pick out 10, and they go, "No, have them all, use them all."
Oh shit!
So he came with 50 music tracks from the Neo Geo games. So there's like a couple from like I think Virtua Fighter and King of Fighters and the other games that he's involved with, Fatal Fury. He also came with a new stage, which is the King of Fighters Arena. Now, this stage, obviously without being on Battlefield and Final Destination variants, the stage is pretty cool because it has invisible walls on the side that don't allow you to be killed until you reach a certain amount of damage. So, I guess with Terry, like your opponent needs to be at least at 100 because he's so powerful, it'll kill you pretty easily. But basically you like go slowly, like it like does a zoom in and like you go slowly through the wall, like you're breaking through an invisible wall. It's pretty cool. I've played on it a couple times, but obviously for competitive play, it's not viable. It's not a viable stage. Yeah, those are my impressions of Terry. I think that this is going to be the first DLC character since Piranha Plant that I'm not going to get into Elite, because I got Joker, I got Hero, I got Banjo, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get Terry, and I'm not good with Ryu, Ken, and Terry. I'm just not. It's not my play style. So, yeah.
Well,
I haven't touched him yet, but I'm excited to see how he feels, and I don't know. I like what you've had to say so far. He sounds like he's going to be a fresh character.
Yeah,
very fresh, super fresh, fresh.
I can say shout out to N64 Josh and the Nintendo Powercast. I could say that in this recent episode that I had listened to, he said that he had tried out Terry, and he comes from playing a lot of fighting games, arcade style games, when he was younger. So he said that he liked how Terry felt. and he's a Mario main. So I don't know, Eska, he might end up fitting your playstyle. I think honestly, man, I know it's very triggering to lose a lot, but I think you're gonna have to dive in and put some time in and invest a good amount of time in order to get anywhere, to a viable place, whether that's in quick play or arenas. But also, real quick, I don't know if it's today that this was supposed to happen, but there's supposed to be a 6.1 update. 6.0 was when Terry released. 6.1 supposedly is releasing. I don't know what is in it. I don't know any of those updates or anything. I just heard that was a thing. So yeah, no tournament corner. I haven't been able to participate in any tournaments, and to be honest,
Time to not talk about how much we suck.
To be honest, I'm not feeling super confident in my play, so I haven't really wanted to join a tournament.
Welcome to the jungle.
Okay. I want to, before we dive into some quick anime, I wanted to also talk about Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is coming out on the 15th of November, and as of this recording, that will be in 3 days. Technically in 2 days, because it releases like Thursday night for me, which is at like 9. I get to go pick it up.
Well, ain't you fancy?
Yeah.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
There was a whole huge like dump of leaks online that came out over this past like couple weeks, because someone in, I don't know if it was Mexico or somewhere, got the game. I don't know if it was because of a broken street date and they just like, I went in the store and bought it and I'm just going to upload all this stuff, or I have no idea. But legitimately they released the Pokédex like of all the Pokemon that are in it, all the Pokemon that aren't included in it. I don't know anything about story. I don't think anyone cares it's Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably a bad team that you have to go stop from trying to destroy the world or the region, and you like, yeah.
What? No,
Pokemon.
there's no way they do that again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody. I think that this is kind of helpful news if you're listening to this and you're playing or whatever. So the wild area, obviously, as Nintendo has shown, is just where you're going to go in order to get to the different cities. It's just going to be a big, open, as it said, a wild area where you're going to encounter the wild Pokemon. You have the ability to encounter a Pokemon that is not anywhere close to your like level. Like, you could be level 5 or I don't know, and the Pokemon could be like level 25. Unless you have the badge to have this particular Pokemon that's level 25, you can't even attempt to catch it.
What's it going to do? It's going to laugh at you and walk away.
There's like a little, like when you try to catch someone else's Pokemon, it's like, you can't do that. It's someone else's Pokemon. There's a little like prompt that comes up that basically says, this Pokemon is too strong. It won't be caught by a Pokeball or something like that. So
better if it laughed at you.
Just
like, oh.
Yeah, swats it away. So just a little friendly thing for anyone listening, so you don't try to waste time. Like, you grind out this long battle. You had like 100 potions, and you like got your Pokemon to a point where he's about to die, but like, all right, I just gotta throw this Pokeball because I got this level 25 Pokemon down, and then you get that like pop up that says you can't catch it. So I'm actually glad that I saw that, because that would have been something I would have attempted to do, because what I like to do is I like to be a little busy in terms of of the Bay Area, where I will grind in the beginning level. I would take my starter Pokemon. I'll catch maybe like 1 or 2 of the like Pokemon that are in that area, probably like the rat of the area or mouse of the area, and then the bird of the area. And then I will legitimately sit there and grind out my Pokemon until my starter is like, right before I go to the first gym, I grind him out until he gets to, I want to say like either right under where he evolved, the level of that he evolves, or I evolve him. And so at that point, I'm so over leveled that I don't have to grind the rest of the game, usually, because it's Pokemon and it's easy. So that's what I plan on doing. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
I'm not going to lie, I do the same thing.
So it just makes it so that I could go through, I can enjoy the designs of the Pokemon. I don't have to worry about it too much, you know. And I'm a casual Pokemon person. I don't think I'm ever going to try to be a competitive Pokemon player. There's just so much like things that you have to get into. Like you have to know IVs and EVs, and you have to know what nature is the best. And
apparently in this game you can change all that shit when you catch them.
True, that is true. You can change that stuff.
It takes out all the breeding and all that IV chasing and all that crap.
Yeah, it's true. I just don't know.
I mean, I don't mind because I don't know anything about that shit anyway.
Yeah,
but
that's
I know
the
a
same
lot
thing.
of people are upset about it.
Yeah, they also shiny locked.
It's just too much work.
They also shiny locked the starter, so you can't try to reset and get a shiny. By the way,
Oh, that's bullshit.
yeah, just so you know.
You could do that before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you basically could just keep resetting the game and try
Till
to
you get
a shiny starter. Yeah.
You know, I don't think I've ever encountered a shiny at all naturally in a game, ever. Not
I
ever.
have once.
I
And
did.
it was Rattata.
I did in Let's Go. It was
Like
also
my
a
white-
Rattata.
It's like my white whale, man.
Yeah,
Mine was in OG.
I've never
Red.
through the entirety of the OG games have I ever encountered a shiny.
And it wasn't in the beginning. It was like a year or two ago when I got it.
Yeah, I encountered a shiny Rattata in Let's Go Pikachu, and that's the only
And
shiny I've ever encountered.
I didn't have any Pokeballs to catch it, so I was a little upset.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much all the info dump we have. We got about 9 minutes before I got to peace out, Esk, so let's talk about anime.
Let's talk about anime! That doesn't work. We need better
Yippee.
jiggle. We'll work on that, guys. We'll work on that. It'll be cool. It'll be like... Da-da-da-da! We'll put like some like Naruto music in the background, like anime talk, yeah. So I don't know. We'll talk about it.
How was that
so
Naruto music?
dudes, I've been watching so much anime. Like, it's absurd how much anime I've been watching. I still haven't been really able to get through Bleach just because it's like, God, why is Ichigo so weak all of a sudden? Like he was strong, now he's weak. Like, why?
I feel that. I feel that on an emotional level.
It's so annoying.
It's so annoying.
So I kind of took a breather off of that. A second season came out on Netflix of Hero Mask. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about that previously, but it's one of those Netflix originals that came out. I watched the first season. It was quite interesting. And the second season came out, and it actually wrapped up the anime. I was pretty satisfied with it, too. I was like, that was a good-ass ending, And how often do you actually get that where you're like, I feel really great about it? It's often like, really? That's how you're going to end it? Still, like, really behind on Fairy Tail, and I think I'm just, like, terrified that
It's over.
I think it's over now. Yeah, so, like,
I've seen it, and it's wow.
I'm at 326, so I'm, like, trying to hold myself back from catching up because then
What's
it'll
wrong?
be over.
Just catch up. That way we can talk.
I watched Ultramarine Magmel, which was about that continent that appeared in the middle of the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and it was full of dangerous and horrible things, and people were trying to explore it. And there is a group of people that exist that are basically park rangers, where they go in and they rescue people when they're up shit creek without a paddle. It's on Netflix. I was actually really surprised by it. It's actually really good. It's a very unique story. I haven't heard anything like that before, so it's pretty good, I have to say. I was contemplating on starting Iron Blooded Orphans. I think I had messaged you about that about a week ago, Leo, and I'm still debating on whether I should do it or not. But
honestly,
yeah,
man, I watched the first season. I got to the very end of the season, and I had zero desire to watch the second season, and that could just be with other things I was interested in watching at the time. Like I wanted to watch those things or listen to podcasts, or I have no idea. But it's kind of telling for me. Like if I'm going to get into an anime, I usually am going to finish that. I didn't want to finish this, so it's kind of telling.
Gee, that sucks, man.
So.
Okay, well, moving on. Ari Ferretta wrapped up with episode 13, Sad Face, because it had the best intro that I've ever heard in an anime.
I have to second that notion. It has one of the best.
It's so good. Oh my god! Every time I hear it, I'm just like, yes, like I'm feeling this. Yes. I usually because it's on. I think it usually streams on Funimation around like 4 p.m. on Mondays. So then I would get home and I would eat dinner while I would watch Ari Ferretta, and just like I'm sad because I can't do that anymore. But anyways, I went on a binge fest and I watched this one anime called Dances with Dragons, or Dances with the Dragons. One season, really confusing. Finished it just because I had to, and it was 12 episodes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have watched all the way to episode 24 if they had a 24 episode season. So don't recommend that one. Really confusing. Now, if they come out with the second season, maybe. I think the first one came out in 2017. So I watched. You probably heard about this one, Akashic Records of a Bastard Magic Teacher.
No,
you didn't. You didn't hear about that or see any advertising on Funimation?
Mm-mm.
It's really good. It's really good. It's about a genius wizard who's kind of like a lazy fuck and living off of his friend. And his friend basically blackmails him into becoming a substitute teacher at this magic academy that he dropped out of. And it's about basically his journey becoming a great teacher at this magic academy. And everyone really had low hopes for him at first, but it turns out he's actually a genius magician, and it's pretty awesome. Akashic Records of a Bastard. I think it's a bastard magic teacher. Is that what it is? I can't remember. I watched 3 episodes of Million Arthur, and I was like, "Oh, this is really hard to watch." So I stopped watching it. I couldn't keep going. It's not quite High School DxD, but it's very booby. But it's a bad anime. It's just really slow, and the character development is really all over the place, and it's actually one of those ridiculous stories. Remember I told you about the one that I watched one episode of, where the dude gets teleported back in time with his cell phone, and his cell phone still works?
No.
You don't remember? Oh, yeah, because it didn't leave much of an impression on you because it's a stupid-ass anime. So yeah, I watched one episode of that, and then I stopped. I kind of feel very similar with this, where it's they go back in time to destroy... Apparently there's these weapons that are called the Excaliburs, and when you wield an Excalibur, you're called an Arthur. And there's a million Excalibur, and they go back in time to destroy all the Excaliburs. And it's why? Why do you have to go back in time? Don't they exist in your time? Why is going back in time? What does that have to do with anything? It's weird. So, moved on from that. I watched Copcraft. Haven't finished it yet. I watched 9 episodes. I'm trying to space that one out, because it's interesting. It reminds me a little bit of that movie that came out with Will Smith, Bright. You guys remember that?
On Netflix?
No.
Yeah. The one where it's like modern society mixed with fairies and orcs and mystical creatures and pixies. Yeah. That's basically what Copcraft is. But it's how mystical creatures end up in our world is there's a portal that appears, and apparently they're mystical creatures, but they're actually from a different planet. So they're aliens, but they're mystical creatures. It's weird, but it's a good show. I actually really like it. It's kind of funny too. It plays a little heavy on the fact that the main female character is a younger looking woman, and it's like I don't need to sexualize a young girl. Like I hate that crap, but it is what it is. Japan, what are you gonna do? So then I moved on to the new anime that are coming out right now. Bulba and everybody in the Discord was recommending Dr. Stone. Watched Dr. Stone. Loved that shit. So good.
I
All
wonder
caught
why.
up. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
You don't say.
Gosh, interesting.
It's really good. It's really good. I was like really surprised. how
Okay,
good it was.
but to cut you off, I watched My Hero because I had been behind, and I'm catching up. I'm on the third season, and I recommended it to both of you guys, and I now remember why I recommended it, because I really enjoy the story, I enjoy the voice acting, and it's just great. And it's a great way to stay in shape.
I finally watched it, and at first I figured out why I couldn't watch it initially.
Is it because of
It
the
reminded me
annoying voice?
way too much of Calvin and Hobbes. I couldn't get past the art. I felt like I was
okay, I
watching
see.
Calvin
I
and
see.
Hobbes.
The art style?
Yep, it was exactly like Calvin and Hobbes. So-
I guess I think I can see that.
I kind of can see it, but either way,
But now it's good, and it's probably one of my favorite.
It's
I'm glad you
it's very
feel that
good.
way.
It's very good. I'm very glad that a recommendation that I gave to you is paying off.
Are you
No,
watching
makes sense.
anything else, Bulba?
Quite a bit, but we will save that for the next show.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Okay. Keep an eye out for Radiant. Radiant is back
Watch
on.
it.
Okay. Just as long as you're doing that, that's all that matters. All right, guys. That's the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us again on the Gathering of Bros. It's been a pleasure. We're going to talk more about anime because we have so much more. Hopefully, we have a little bigger segment next time. But don't forget to tune in for next week's Gathering. Remember, you can catch us on Twitter at Gathering of Bros. Remember, that's at Gathering of Bros, where we like to post a lot of the same things we talk about in our show on the Twitter. So you can get it oftentimes before we talk about it here. You can catch the link to our Discord in the description of wherever you're listening to our episode. There we talk about all kinds of games and media, whether it be anime or TV shows. Leo's watching the DC stuff, so if you want to talk to him about that, all in the Discord. Check us out. In the
Crisis
description
coming out soon.
to us. Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. We also play a lot of video games too, so if you want to play some games with us, check out the Discord. If you have any questions or comments, hit us up at our email at gatheringerbros@gmail.com. That's at it's gatheringerbros@gmail.com. We really appreciate any feedback. Speaking of feedback, take a look at our apparel site. That is gatheringofbrosapparel.com. Maybe pick up a hat. Or maybe a blanket so you can wrap yourself in Esquivel's suffering. There's also an all-over tee of Esquivel's suffering. It's quite enjoyable. Shout out to you, Murph. I did that for you, buddy. That was all for you. It was painstaking, but I did it. Check out our website. Even if you don't want to pick anything up, just check it out. Maybe you find something you like, and if you don't, let us know. We want your feedback. Want to know what you think about the site. Let us know in the Discord, or hey, maybe send us an email. Speaking of emails, please send us some more. We want to answer some questions for you guys. You can find us and our podcast at Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we have a YouTube channel. Make sure to check us out there, where we also have another show called Gathering of Guests. It's been fun, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on another gathering. Check us out next week. Same place. You know where to find us. From the bros, peace out, and stay gold.
Peace out.
See ya.
That's it?
That's it. That's all you get.
Okay, that's it. Bye, guys.
That's it. Toodaloo.